In 2008, the SADC Tribunal issued a ruling to bar the government of Zimbabwe from taking over farms without compensation. The judges said the farmers who were facing eviction could keep their farms because the land reform undermined the rule of law. The panel also ruled that fair compensation should be given to farmers who had already been evicted, but Zimbabwe blatantly ignored the ruling.
Shortly after that, President Mugabe ordered that he was not going to listen to the SADC Tribunal. Our house was burned down, our workers' houses were burned down, our crops were all stolen.
Instead of enforcing the ruling, in 2010, SADC heads of state and government decided to suspend the tribunal. When it was reinstated in 2014, it came with a condition limiting its role to interpretation of the SADC treaty and protocols relating to disputes between member states. This meant that individuals could no longer submit their claims there. 7 of the farmers who had moved to South Africa took the matter to court and won in the North Gauteng High Court. And now the Constitutional Court has ruled that by signing the protocol, former President Jacob Zuma violated Section 231 of the Constitution.
The President's participation in the decision-making process and his own decision to suspend the operations of the Southern African Development Community Tribunal is unconstitutional, unlawful, and irrational. 1.2. The President's signature of the 2014 Protocol on the Tribunal in the Southern African Development Community is unconstitutional, unlawful, and irrational. 1.3. The President is directed to withdraw his signature from the 2014 Protocol. 1.4. The President must pay costs to the applicants, including the cost of 2 counsel.
The farmers are elated with the judgment.
He played a role and actually made the South African government complicit to the fact that the farmers that we represent couldn't lodge their claims for compensation through the SADC Tribunal. And the next step for us now would be to consult with these farmers to lay a claim against the South African government for damages they incurred because of the behavior of former President Zuma and the South African government.
The farmers are hoping that this judgment will influence the rest of the region to follow suit, especially Zimbabwe. But each of the 16 SADC member states have their own constitution and justice systems that may take years before a ruling similar to this one is achieved. Ntakwa Nangatani, SABC News, Johannesburg.